guys can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to begin with clarifying something. Embryo screening cannot test for hernia at all. The only test for hernia is ultrasound. And congenital heart diseases, some of them cannot be tested also by embryo screening. You can never know. You can do the embryo screening and end up with a child having hernia. Let's begin with a simple survey taken in the US. About 11% of couples have admitted to wanting to abort a child that was genetically pre-diagnosed by obesity. Obesity, not a congenital disease. And if this doesn't open the door for a perfect child, I don't know what does. So expected obesity is punished by abortion in the world of embryo screening. From a philosophical point, you can never harm a person by bringing him into existence, unless the person's life is so dreadful that non-existence is preferable. So non-existence is preferable to obesity. And during PGD, which is pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, which occurs during in vitro fertilization, the IVF, all faulty embryos are disposed, and only the genetically superior have a chance of life. Damage to embryo during embryo biopsy and foreign DNA contamination during PGD lead to faulty results and miscarriage and misdiagnosis. So as far as we could know, those embryos might be completely healthy. Another fact, genetic screening on IVF embryos increases death risk of multiple birth babies 5 times for unknown reasons. Until these reasons become known, we cannot risk human lives based on such premature signs. Another point, second trimester amniocentesis causes miscarriage with a ratio of 1 in each 200 embryos. It might seem a slight risk, but what if that one is your long anticipated child? The list of risks continue. Needle injury, RH sensitization, uterine infection, and this is what you asked about, how the mother is going to be affected, and leaking amniotic fluid. Low amniotic fluid leads to compression of fetal organs, causing birth defects, preterm birth, and labor complications. So during the process of searching for diseases, you might actually cause diseases. Another major risk is infection. If the mother has an infection as hepatitis C or toxoplasmosis or immunodeficiency virus, the infection might be transferred to your baby. So you're harming it. Final point, these screen tests are less than 80% accurate. And you might have false positives and false negatives. If you have a false positive, do you want to take the chance of harming the baby with an amniocentesis? Is this a risk you're willing to take? Are you going to have an abortion if your baby may have Down syndrome? If your baby may have Down syndrome, would you rather wait until he or she is born and love him or her unconditionally? Anyway, or have your pregnancy terminated trying to find out? The autism part, autism has mild cases and severe cases, so you'll never know if you're end alive for just a minute percentage of having autism. And first world problems. If having a disease is a first world problem, what is the value of life in a third world country like this one? You're born in it. And Andre, he said, what's wrong with having a dream child? Are you a dream child?
1 minute left.
Am I a dream child? Of course not. That's life. You get to find your way yourself. Embryo screening won't provide that.
You mentioned that that embryo screening test is more than 80%
Less than 80% actually.
Less than 80%. Can you cite your sources?
There has been cases when doctors actually informed parents that their kids have Down syndrome, And when doctors referred to to another physicians, they denied this, and the babies were born completely normal and completely.
Can you cite the resource where you found out that less than 80% is reliable?
I don't have the reference with me now.
Thank you.
You can Google it.